Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to be teaching you about input and output functions in C. Okay, so let's get started. In C there are various functions that can be used to get user input. There are also functions that can be used to put output to the terminal. So let's first begin with the output function. The first output function that we are exploring is the putchar function. With this function you can output one character at a time to the terminal. Okay, so first let's do putchar. Um, the letter C. Okay, so technically I should also put a new line character, but I'm not going to do that right now because I want to show you something. Okay, let's go ahead and clear the screen and let's go ahead and compile this file. Okay, if I run it, wait a second, where is the input? Okay, the input is right, I meant the output. The output is right here. However, you see how hard it is to actually read it? Like, it's really hard. So that's why we need the new line character. So now let me go ahead and add the new line character. Okay, let's go ahead and print the new line character to a terminal. And let's see how the output changes. Okay, if I compile it again and then run it, see, it's much easier to read it this way. So you should put the new line character in this case. Okay, and that's basically it for the putchar function. The second function that we will explore is the puts function. Okay, so puts. Let's do this is a test. Okay, so with puts you do not need to put a new line character because it already does it itself. Let me show you. Okay, let's clear the screen and run it. Okay, so you can see it already puts the new line character. Okay, so that's basically it for puts. Okay, so the third and last output function that we are exploring is the printf function. With printf, you will need to specify the format based on what type of data you are outputting to the terminal. If you're outputting an integer, you will need to use the %d specifier. If you're outputting a float, you will need to use the %f specifier. If you're outputting a character, you will need to use the %c specifier. And lastly, if you're outputting a character string to a terminal, you will need to use the %s specifier. And certainly there are other format specifiers that you can use. However, in this video, this is the only ones we are going to be using. And in future videos, I will make videos about uh, the other format specifiers that you can use with printf. Okay, so let's go to our printf. First, let's do a decimal, and then let's do 55. Let's save it and compile it. Okay, let's run it. And 55 is printed to a terminal. However, again, you need the new line character. So in order to have the new line character, this is all you need to do. Certainly, you can also use the putchar. However, with printf, you can also do it this way. So let's go ahead and compile it and run it again. As you can see, the new line character allows us to see the output much clearly. Okay, so now let's go ahead and explore the input functions. Okay, and the first input functions that I am going to be showing you is the getchar input function. So first do input.c. Okay, so let's say we have a character and then by the name of letter, and then I'm going to say getchar, let's do letter equals getchar. Okay, and then I'm going to write printf, going to write type a letter. Okay, and then I'm going to print it to the terminal. And then let's also have the new line character. Okay, let's go ahead and run this code. I'm sorry, input.c-o input. Okay, type a letter. Let's do capital C. And as you can see, C is printed to the terminal. Okay, now what I'm going to do is show you the second input function, which is the scanf function, okay? This function allows you to type any data type you want to. However, you need to use format specifiers, okay? So first, let's go ahead and clear this. And so first, let's go ahead and get a input for a character, okay? So let's do a scanf %c letter. Use the ampersand operator. And then let's go ahead and do printf c letter. Okay, and then let's type printf type a letter. Okay, let's go ahead and compile this code. Input, let's type a letter, and we get C. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and get an input for a decimal number. Okay, let's go ahead and change some things. Change that to D. Type a number. Change that to int num. Okay, and we also need to change these. And you need the ampersand operator for this as well. Let's save it, compile and run. Let's do 45. And as you can see, 45 is printed to the terminal. Okay, let's go ahead and show you something else. What if you wanted to get an input for multiple numbers? Let's do int num2. Okay, and then you can do %d, then ampersand and do num2, and then you can also print num2 to the terminal. Can do it like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and compile this and run it. Let's do 45 and then 35, and as you can see, 45 and 35 are printed to the terminal. Let's clear the screen, go to our code, and now what if you wanted to get an input for, let's say, a string like character string? Let's do mystr. Let's allocate 64 bytes and type a string, and then let's do %s mystr. You do not need the ampersand operator for character strings, and in future videos I'm going to explain why, but for now just know you don't need it. Okay, so let's have the new line character, and let me check it. Oh, I made a mistake. I needed to change this to car. Okay, character. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and compile it and run it. Okay, let's type test. And as you can see, test is printed to the terminal. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and show you the last input function. Okay. So first, let's go to our code. And the last input function I'm going to show you is the scanf. So the only thing I'm going to be changing is actually just the input function. Okay, so let's do fgets. So do my string, the number of bytes allocated, and then type this. Okay, so you can also do size of my string. Okay, you can also do that. Okay, you can also do that. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Okay, so now let's go ahead and compile it and run it. Okay, test, and as you can see, test is printed to the terminal, and that's basically it for input functions and output functions in C. Okay, so I hope you learned something useful in this video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching.